I will say I'm essentially developing really cool stuff, and one of the things is like a really cool um control board for our stream, so we can control all three with one central place. I'm essentially developing. Whenever I get it working, it'll be really cool.
And are you doing some like custom 3D printed keycaps and stuff for it?
No, it's all software.
I've lately been experimenting with 3D printed keycaps as part of a project, and that is a painful rabbit hole to go down. I did not think mechanical keyboards get that detailed.
So I did use my Excel to print 3D printed keys for my keyboard. And I loved it because it was really rough. And I'm an Italian. I get greasy, so my keys get really like smooth really quickly. Um, and I hate it. So that allowed it to not do that, and it was really nice. I know it's ABS, so it was like the same type of plastic they use in keys. I liked it. It was fun. I used .2 nozzles and didn't clog anything. Okay, we are live.
So, hey everyone, welcome to the Prusa community stream, and just general hangout session for the month. So, how's everyone doing?
Wait, I gotta say, Tommy, like, are you guys getting me on double audio?
Nope,
No.
single audio.
All right, 1 second.
And he
I
broke
gotta
it again.
say, I'm loving like the 50s greaser look you got going on right now. You just need the black leather jacket and you'd be all set.
We also need to get him a switchblade, some snapping.
I used to have this 3D printed like butterfly knife, but it was like a little middle finger. So you just like butterfly knife and you just give someone the finger with it. And it was amazing. It had such a good feel to it. I think I'm going to reprint that right now.
I did print myself one of those trainer butterfly knives just to like actually feel how it would be. And yeah, I'm glad I never got a real one because I would have cut my fingers off so many times. Yeah, so those who are interested, let me get the links for you. If you would prefer to use Twitch or YouTube, here are your links. So if you prefer those platforms over this one, that's completely reasonable. We're monitoring all chats, so there you go. Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. A colleague told me that one of their children came to him at night and said, "Don't forget to like and subscribe," and he assumed that means good night.
That's really
So
funny.
this is a very sad generation.
And Reliance, I actually am working on something that's going to like I have to custom program this because it doesn't exist right now, but it's something that will essentially combine Discord, Twitch, and YouTube all into one, at least for a control aspect. And then hopefully it will also grab our video streams so we can have a much nicer video presentation. But yeah, it's going to take me some time to work on. Wow, We can. Well, we can still have that with a nice presentation at least.
Like no
Mhm.
links in chat.
He
Well,
is a
I
walking
still
liability.
am. Like that's the
Yeah.
great thing about it being international. It's like I'm just a constant liability to everyone.
You know what's funny? I- in the I in the draft up for the new layout that I'm working on, I literally have it as Tommy, the responsible one, Shane, angry man yells at clouds, and then me, the agent of chaos. Well, good news, it's going to be configurable, so you can actually change it.
Yo. Uh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
How many months has it been?
It's only the second month. No, this time I actually have a very legitimate excuse, and that is I left my homework for the very last minute. And last night we had a bit of a village, like the downer. There was a bad incident that happened here, so we had a bit of a uh, like I wouldn't say like celebrate. What's the opposite? Like a mourning with some of the firemen here in the village. So like for everyone that like was curious what I'm talking about. So there was a we in my village here we have a tractor festival every year, and there was this year quite a brutal accident where a young boy passed away. And so yesterday with the firemen that were working the event, we had some drinks. So my plan to watch Goonies did kind of fall apart. So on that, so sorry for starting this on such a sour note. Uh, I I I had 30 for 30 days for the other days to do it though. And we're not that old, Shane. Like we can go 2 hours without the restroom. Yeah, that one that one does take up a lot of time. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, like next time I got this. Don't worry.
Uh-huh.
I
Need context next
I
time.
consider just checking with Jim and I and getting some synopsis of it. But no, I couldn't bring myself to do it. I won't fake it. I won't lie. I typed I typed it and then I just said no. I didn't even hit send. I just said this isn't right. This isn't right. Gemini is already taking our art and our jobs, and now it's going to take her movie watching time as well. I'm not going to let it do it.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat, Shane. Tommy, buddy, I don't know if we can help him.
So to make things even more interesting, I'll soon have even less free time now, as I inscribed to become a volunteer firefighter here. So that'll be something fun and interesting at least. But I there will be time for it. I swear I will watch it.
I will say though, massive props to you for volunteering for the fire department, because that is very honorable.
Shave my head. I would love that. I love having short hair.
Oh man. Is it coming through on YouTube?
Okay, fine. So you know what we're gonna do? I will give away a Prusa spool voucher to someone here on chat. Just any of the chats. So you guys are gonna have to carefully moderate now, all of them. And what we're gonna do for it is, Anthony, I will trust you to create a question. So any question, something pretty simple, and the first person to answer it.
Actually, do I say it right now, or do you want me to send it to you?
Or actually, let me ask it. Let's pick something from recent news. So let me pick something quick.
Decent one.
You had a decent one?
I feel like it's a decent one.
Send.
Bit of Prusa lore. Here, I'll message it to you.
Wait, hold on. For those watching on Twitch and YouTube, test. Can you hear me? I'll wait for them to check. Too many buttons. Okay.
Listening for.
Now it's fine.
thing.
Okay. Now I got it.
Okay, it's working.
I
now.
supposedly got it. Whoever sat there and it's like, oh yeah, you know what? You get the wave 3 and it's so much easier to manage audio. No, it's not. Because one small thing changes, everything changes.
Okay, so everyone ready for the question? So this is a bit of the old Prusa lore.
Somebody gave me a good idea.
Instead of the new things, let's go with old classic knowledge. So let's say the first Prusa product, it was not a printer. What was this product shipped in for the packaging?
Oh, that's easy.
For you, yeah, you were there.
I was there before. I've been around since the beginning of time.
You have it's like, what was that thing from Narnia? Of do not cite the old magic to me, which I was there when it was written. Okay, so we'll hit answer first. Pizza box. So pizza box is correct. It was heat beds that were sent out. They first created heat beds, and pizza boxes were nice dimensions for it. So I'll send you a DM with a voucher as soon as I generate one.
There you go. Reprisment. I think that's fair. Every time Tommy doesn't fulfill a promise to the community he's made, at least in these streams, let me be very clear.
Nope.
He has to give away a spool.
Nope. He has to eat sugar-free gummy bears.
That's not terrible, though.
Have you ever? What is wrong with you?
I've
never seen the review of them, have you?
Yes, I have. I've had
could
them
get-
haven't.
I could get some of those chili chocolates that Anthony
Ooh.
likes so much.
No.
Yes.
You guys have never seen or heard the dramatic reading of the sugar-free gummy bears and what they did to someone?
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that, but you know, my defense is that if you go in eating sugar-free gummy bears expecting for them to taste normal, you are going to get disappointed severely. And if you eat an entire bag, you deserve to have many a bowel movements unexpectedly.
Yeah,
Where's
guys,
that?
we can't get him drunk on stream. We're not giving him Everclear.
Drunk.
Why
5
not?
shots of Everclear. Job
What?
security? Because the only thing it would be me sitting there with like a sensor, button and muting your mic.
Shane thinking this is water. Who comes to stream with a glass of water that's almost empty?
Ay, ay, ay.
Still that? Hey.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you could do us a favor, I know a lot of Discords have self-promotion channels. You could share our YouTube or Twitch links in those channels just to help spread the word that we're doing these now. That would be appreciated. It's not required, but it's appreciated nonetheless.
Anthony, I'll
I think
have to
now-
punch you afterwards.
Now that we're like finally getting into the swing of this, we'll finally have, like every first Monday, I think is what we said.
Every first Monday of
Of the month.
okay.
Yeah.
I apologize. I thought you said the week. I'm like, are you high?
I mean, I would love to, but I don't think we can currently do that quantity of streams.
Hold on. But somebody said something good in chat. I have to find it. Where is it?
2 shots of vodka. Gluk, gluk, gluk,
We're
gluk,
not.
gluk, gluk.
We are not doing a drinking stream.
But can we?
No.
Like if we can do this for work, like you were saying, we need more interesting content that people relate to. So it's.
Well, I don't know, but I mean, Anthony couldn't drink because technically we're not on work hours right now.
I'm on work hours, so
Yes, you are, meaning you can't drink.
exactly.
But Tommy and I are not.
Listen, I am not
Yes.
responsible for you two. You're both adults. Do what you want.
Really? Do you really want to give us that much power and authority right now?
I'm not. I'm in no position of authority. You're assuming I already have that authority.
All right, let's get the show on the road.
I'm always the designated driver. That's my lifelong assignment.
So, what are you guys up to this past month? Anything exciting new?
I've
Tommy not
been
watching the
working.
Goonies?
Yeah, Tommy not watching the movies. I've been working on a really cool personal project that I shared on my Twitter. And the idea is that this is going to be a tool for anyone that goes to like rec festivals or events and has to, ship their printers or stuff. I'm working on something that better helps coordinate and track all that, and I plan to be releasing it open source quite soon.
Nice.
I'm very proud of it. Very, very, very proud of it.
Well, let's see. I realized in my apartment I cannot put the oven and a Core 1 large on at the same time. Because if so, I will blow fuses in my house.
That
Like
sounds
crazy.
right.
Yeah. So, but I've been working on the Core 1 Plus community project. community project build. And I got the base, I got the back, and I'm already starting on the mods. I have to go through all of them that were entered in. I'll put the link here and here and there. All right. It's so much fun putting the links all over the place. Anyways,
I'm
so
quite
yeah, but that
excited to follow that project of the printer bolt. That looks super fun for me.
Oh yeah.
well, right now I did a few test streams because I did a few test streams before and my accounts were getting all cross referenced. So like on my personal accounts, like all the audio was coming over across the real like this side and it was really messing me up. So I did a few more test streams. I got it all sorted and everything else. I started the build, but like I only did like hour-long streams on it. But I got the rest, and now it's to the point of like adding things. And I know from the community, they were talking about like an air purifier, a chamber heater. There was also recommendations for linear rails on the y-axis and a few other things. And I really got to figure it out. I think I might reach out to a few content creators that I know and do like a collab stream with them for a few of the mods on that. And then also, if this carries over well enough, I might look at like some of the other ones, I might look at like a mini for those of the for people who have the mini and want to try to do something with it, or even like a Mark IV. We'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah.
So between that, getting the multicasting sorted and set up, that's about it. And Tommy, we know you haven't watched The Goonies, and I'm not going to let that drop. So what else were you up to besides
So
lying?
it's summer months coming now, so I'm preparing for large work outside on the house. So preparing for complete landscape renovation, installing a fence, putting up a cottage, and preparing my like ground for a terrace.
Mhm.
So it's now is the hard planning phase, the one where you sit and draw everything in Fusion 360 for some reason, because you don't know any other software that's applicable. So you just model everything in
Yeah.
Fusion 360.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
Tinkercad. Tinkercad all the way.
so
1,000 times easier.
so that's what I'm up to now. I actually have one of the guys in chat just mentioned I should make a 3D print miniature. I actually did just that of my house. So when I was doing the initial design and plans of the house, I created a miniature that I printed out, scaled it on Excel, and then I use that as a reference piece. So when we were discussing what to do, where to change, how to put stuff in, then we would just use that model. So a super cool application of it.
This is kind of related. It's not so much Fusion 360. It's definitely not Fusion 360, but it was more along the lines of Blender. Since Blender is open source, they have a thing for for people to donate, and they have a lot of different methods of or tiers, and they allow corporate donations. And an AI company made a really big donation to it, and their community kind of got a little bit mad. And so, from what I understand, is that the developers of Blender, because the AI company made a substantial donation where they could have gotten onto like the board of top contributors, and they would have a say on things. So Blender sat there and it's like, look, we're only going to do a one-time payment of this. They're not going to have any authoritative say so, and no matter what we do or anything else. And so the AI company was fine with that and everything else. So, but I thought it was a really good thing, like how they listened to their community and took action on it, and everyone involved in it was like they were finally okay with it. It's not like the AI company took their money and went home. They just like,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. They let it
Until
be.
until next week, where we have some Blender update where you can now model with prompts.
Don't even. Why
Oh.
would you put that out there?
We're all
Let's
thinking
be
it.
real, it
We're all.
exists already.
Hold on,
I
let me
have,
pull up-
I will admit that I've been looking into AI more and just understanding it better. As someone that came from the IT background, I do believe that it is important to understand how this works, whether or not you like it. So, like, hey, I hate IPv6. I need to know how IPv6 works for networking purposes. That's not a one for one, but you know, it is what it is. It's the world we live in.
Yeah, I just pulled up the video. It's a little update because, like, I know Fusion and 360. Fusion 360 and Blender are far, few and far between. But I just thought it was pretty interesting because it just so happened to pop up on my feed. So,
Mhm.
but that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to articulate opinions on things without sounding um, like one way or the other, because sadly, the whole aspect of this, it's like NFTs. NFTs became really heavily politicized because of, in my opinion, how bad they were. And it was, rather than actually talking about the technology, it ended up becoming bigger than it was meant to be.
Well,
Um, but when it comes to like this stuff, um, yeah, I don't want AI in creative work. That's my personal opinion. I strongly believe that AI should be helping make the boring
But
work things easier and not make creative things.
I kind of feel like the AI in creative work has kind of slowly died down a bit. Where like
Thankfully.
to a degree, the art is so generic and the same style that while it was cool and interesting at first, now everyone's seen it everywhere, so it's not that interesting for most people. So my
did you?
opinion
Or
is it's kind of like going down, but that's just my perspective and opinion of it.
or it's the dark internet theory and you just aren't noticing it as much because it's blending in better.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually I'm subscribed to a subreddit of I can't remember the name now. It's something like "Is this AI?" and it's just people posting pictures and videos asking if it's AI.
Yeah.
And it's it for me it feels like essential exercise to just go over these pictures and images, look for faults, look for issues, just to understand it.
Like I personally, as someone that does a lot of CAD, I would love if, if I'm making something and it needs 3 millimeter holes like all around, rather than me going in and doing this repetitive work, or because sometimes some work you have to just do repeatedly. If I could be like, hey, can you make sure there's 3 millimeter holes next to every X of this feature, and then it just does that? Or hey, I forgot to add this 3 millimeter hole in this part of the CAD to propagate all the way through. That would be nice to like be a sidecar to me doing the work, and not just do the work for me.
And I feel
Like
like that
that's
should be the original intention, but you could even take it a step further and look at like Cloud AI with their like programming and how that kind of instantly created programming kind of redundant.
oh, sorry, real quick. Reliance, I understand that's parametric modeling. I am still learning parametric modeling. And a lot of times people just don't model for parametric from the start. Yeah.
All right, so I have a
But
question. Sorry.
no, go ahead. What's your question?
Well, no, I have a question from the YouTube chat,
Yeah. I
and
was
this
gonna
one's going
say
to be
good time to move on from AI. So
yep. I'll bring it over. I'm going to ask Tommy this because like Tommy's the one to get all the updates because I tend to piss off developers. Well, the new developers, I got along with the older developers fine.
and
Um,
I'm out in the
is
field too often to understand what's going on.
for the the extruder high temp hot end. Is there any updates, Tommy?
So the extruder high temp hot end is like in the last phase of testing in a sense now, where they were having some issues with filament that was breaking. So basically, because of the slight curvature of the extruder with the idler, that was enough in some cases where you have a lot of retractions, for example, that some of these super high-end materials which are very brittle before you print with them, that they would be breaking in the in that extruder area. So that was a problem for some of the testers. Funny enough, like I did a lot of testing with it. I've been taking prints from these materials all around the world with me to the events to show people, and somehow it always just worked for me. I've never had a single issue, but a lot of the other testers, or some of the other testers, were running into these problems. So what they have to do now is they're doing a slight redesign of the idler. So there are some changes to the extruders to make it work a little bit better with these materials. And now I think support was doing a round of testing with it so that it can be prepared. But basically at this point, as far as I know, like the assembly guide is done for it. The testing phase is practically done. So my guess is within this month, it will probably be available. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. So like a kind of like Slicer 3.0, it's weeks and not months, maybe even days if we're lucky. So high temp hot end, definitely quite close. I've even seen like the full packaging of it. It includes like your rubber gloves as well, so that you can handle it, because the high temp hot end is so sensitive towards oils that if you handle that with just your hands, then the oil will get onto the heater block. When it heats up to this high temperature, then that oil will cake and solidify, and that will kind of mess up the hot end. So you have to never handle it by hand. So all these things are included with the final packaging. So I don't have any exact dates. I can just give you information about the current state of testing. And from what I can tell, it looks like it's basically done.
All right. So
Where's that?
it's I know see because I know what the next question would be, and I know the answer to this. Might as well say it, and I think you could say it better. As far as ETA,
I would say within this month, but I have zero confirmation. Like maybe there was some weird issue that happened again. For example, the filament breaking. Because I only just spoke to a couple of guys that were testing it. They said all good, but maybe that's just another incident like what I had before. So, like worked for me, but might not have worked for some others. Oh, I got a guest coming visiting. Adrien.
Yeah, and to
no
be
fair.
clear,
You can't do the cute show it too late.
He came to say hello.
I
He
think it's
just
also fair to mention that, we are the community team, so things are subject to change. But we are very excited for when, yes, this will come out.
okay, Adri, go to mommy. He came in here shouting he wants a book. The books are not here. They're in the other room.
And I know
But
I'm
yeah,
going to say this person's name wrong, but hi, Jer, from YouTube. Hope that answers your question. And I know you guys asked it on the forums, and I already mentioned to Tommy uh, for a possible update for today. And also on the forums, they were talking about the open tag.
so open print
Do you-
tag is also getting closer. Like one of the last issues was basically with how the breeding is going to work. So the hardware, like I showed some of the hardware off before, it's fully functional. I've tried some of the firmware before as well now. So you can, for example, add the NFC spool to the side of the printer and just load the filament. So you don't have to prompt if it's PLA or if it's PETG or anything. You just tap the colors correct and that's all. So it's like the NFC spools are basically from hardware side probably fully finished, but what it's waiting for is the software side full integration with like the filament libraries and how to track and manage all of the systems. So just to make it a complete package, that is still pending. So it's looking good for almost everything. They were just solving some of the issues with some of the large multicolor systems. So if it's single color, like single core one, that's basically 100% done. And they just had to do some improvements for the like index, for example, which is a priority. Just to make sure that it can read all 8 spools without any issues and that they're not interfering with each other or anything. So that's like the final fine tuning. Again, there's 0 ETAs on it, but functionally the hardware is there. So I guess it's just going to come down to like, will they send out the hardware, patch the software a little bit later, or like how it will work. But I assume they would probably wait a little bit just to make sure everything kind of comes as a full package. I guess that's what everyone would want to see, or would you be, or is it sufficient just to have easy filament loading for now?
I'm not sure. I did see it was I forget exactly where. I know it's on printables now, but somebody did like the quick loader, but they
Yeah.
made it more of an attached unit, so it's like it's not a handheld thing. You attach it to the side of the XL, and it speed loads like crazy. And I was looking at that. It's pretty. It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
Excel wise, I will maybe just say like because there hasn't been any substantial updates there for a while. I will just say like lately I've been submitting a lot of feedback about what people want and need, so that's kind of where I'm leaving it.
yeah, because for those of you, I think we can pull back the curtain a little bit. See, like for a lot of times, especially for me and Tommy, since we're in Prague, we both have our respected areas that we monitor and everything else, and there's ways for us to send feedback directly to the developers and product managers and other people. And so I mean, it's not, we can see people's comments about various different types of products. We don't ignore them, we do pass them along, but it's we just do it kind of behind the scenes quietly. Because I mean, if we were like, oh yeah, we'll submit this and we'll submit that, next thing you know, we have 100 people asking for more and more updates on it. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to put it out there, like, for the community asking about different products. We do hear it, we do see it, and we do follow up on it internally here. So,
We also have a few comments here on Discord in regards to mini and firmware releases there. So in general, now our firmware is now going into kind of what I would call a maintenance cycle, where they've been pushing a lot of new features, new printers, everything for some time now. Like even with, for example, Signature Oak needs to have its own variation of firmware too. So a lot of these, like the devs have been super busy, just kind of crunching through features and stuff and functionalities for some time. So now they're taking a step back just to kind of properly do updates, properly fix some bugs. There was a big focus now on Excel issues, specifically with the latest firmware updates. It's like because the previous Excel firmware like was causing issues, but we couldn't really figure out what the issues were. And this is also where like the community feedback played a huge role for helping us figure it out and improving the Excel firmware. So like all that online complaining, I hate to say it, it worked and it helped. But yeah, so like most of the firmware is going into like kind of a maintenance help mode at this stage where they just want to kind of improve on some of the current issues. Once that is like much better, like they also have to do things like the NFC readers, index, and stuff on the side. Like these things are specifically towards Core 1 and not towards Mini. So that is kind of giving it a priority there too. I'd also like to maybe highlight some of the other news we had recently.
Before we do,
Yeah.
sorry. Reliant, you're asking, do you need to have the Core 1 Plus upgrade kit for the Index upgrade kit? No.
Mm,
If anything, it just kind of negates it. It doesn't like take away the upgrades. It just has its own version of them. So if you didn't do the Core 1 Plus upgrade, you're good. You could just jump straight to Index, and then you get all of the kind of nice features that the Core 1 Plus did add. Go ahead, friendo, with the new Zo.
Yeah, so I just kind of
That's
wanted
never
to
working. Not saying that again.
Newzo, some new American slang.
Not anymore. I just killed it.
I think we should let it catch on. It's
No.
a friendo with the Newzo section of the live stream right now.
I hate it.
Joining us today is Tommy
Ah.
to go over the news.
No, we are not doing that.
So yeah, I just kind of wanted to recap the details about the 1080p 24 FPS camera streaming for everyone.
Yes.
Like it came out, there was a lot of talk, and then just suddenly nothing. So I just want to make sure everyone is aware of it, that there is super high end good streaming for the cameras right now.
My
So
absolute favorite part about it is that, so right now I'm at work. So if I connect to my camera at my computer or at the Core One at home, it'll work. And the best part is that I know that this is streaming to my phone directly from my network at home. This is not going through Prusa correctly, because it essentially establishes like a how this streaming works is it essentially establishes a minor VPN to your phone.
I have a
It's so
question.
cool.
I have a question for Tommy and Anthony, because
Sure.
I know because I know the testing for this is very limited. Have you guys tried out the farm software?
I have
Yes.
not.
I have used it very. We showed it off at a Rapid
Mhm.
because it is what runs the AFS. So I'm very familiar with it.
Okay.
I
No,
can talk
because
about it because we showed it off.
yeah, no. I was messing around with it lately, and it's still in beta. It still needs
Yes.
some tweaking and everything else. But so far, I really liked it where I can just you know upload a whole bunch of things to the farm software, have the right tags put on it, and then like it just sends it off to whatever printer is ready to go. And well, if you have obviously if you have a farmer, then. But so far, I'm digging it.
So
I like it.
for those that don't know, Prusa Connect Farm is going to be something that is, excuse me, according to our page, it will be available as an early access for those that pay for Prusa Connect premium features. But it will be, from my understanding, available to more in the future. From my understanding, I could be wrong. It is one of the pieces of software that absolutely runs the back end of the AFS. And the goal of this is that you can now tell it, hey, Prusa Connect, here's all my printers. Here's all of them. Here are the plates that are on each, so it knows textured, satin, smooth, whatever. It knows that. When the NFC readers are going to work, it's obviously going to know what color filament, what type material, and how much is left. So when you go, you can be like, hey, Prusa Connect Farm, I would like to print 40 of this sliced G code. And it will do that. Not only will it print it through the configuration you set, so it'll be like, oh, you want 40 of this job done in orange on a textured build plate. It will do that until 40 is complete. And it uses essentially the queue system in such a way that makes it really easy for you to use. Essentially, you go to the printer, you take the build plate off, you clean the build plate, and then you hit set ready, and then it will print the next one. And it will keep track of how many it has printed. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a feature in the farm version that is available for everybody. This is for the version that is on AFS, but you can scan the item. So on the AFS, each build plate has a QR code. And then when you scan the QR code with the scanner built into AFS, it will let you say whether or not the print failed or succeeded. And then you, based off what you tell it, it will then obviously either print another one
Mhm.
or mark it as completed and move on. I love this. This is
Oh,
great
yeah.
for when you just have to print a ton of one item and you don't want to just fill the bed.
Mhm.
I love it.
I actually had to mess around with that this morning and, like, because I looked at it, I'm like, "Oh, man, that was a layer shift." And so, like, within the farm software, I just marked it as failed in the history, and then it instantly it set it to redo it. I didn't have to do anything, and I thought that was really, a handy thing for it, and I just can't wait for them to, continue, fine-tuning it. Because like, for right now, it's it's not completely separate, but it is kinda like a separate system in a way. So, it's like you go through Connect, and then, if you have access to it, then you hit the farm software, and then it pulls up, it goes into that completely. And I'm waiting for a little bit more integration with Connect, just for some, like, camera highlights and some other things. So we'll see.
I believe Grant
Yeah.
recorded a video of us going over the whole AFS system, and it's really interesting. I'm really hoping that wasn't on that one hard drive, Grant. Um, really hoping, bud. I see Grant's typing in the chat, so we'll find out shortly if that video going over the
Oh,
AFS is or is not on a failed
oh,
SSD.
you remind me of videos. Did you guys see Proper Printing's last one? What?
Yes, I did. Also, we just so those who don't see the Discord chat, Grant has confirmed that the video that we did on the AFS is good, which also shows off, if I am correct, the NFC spool reader for the AFS. I don't know if it's going to look the same for final.
Hold on. I want to get that link for that video because I really liked his video on it, and I'm waiting for him to download to make the files available because I will be doing that as soon as there we go.
Could leave a dent.
Yeah,
Let me
so for
share
those that
that.
don't know, Proper Printing recently announced that he has actually moved to Prague, and
Oh, he's
that is
been here for a
allowing
while.
us. Yeah, but he finally announced it. And he is working very closely with Prusa, as well as stuff in the area. I love how I'm speaking on this as if I'm there. I'm not. And
But
it's a really
I
cool
mean,
collaboration.
no, go ahead.
It's a really
Yes,
cool collaboration that I absolutely love seeing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how he's there, like here in Prague, as he has a grant from the government that he's doing the work on the printer there. So, like, it's all like subsidized that he's staying here and everything. So,
Really?
overall, just pretty awesome. Yeah, like his like one of his recent videos, the one where he went over the Excel flexible mod, goes over that he got like the grant, and that grant includes him like working with us here in Prusa.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
So yeah, then the other news that we have for the week, I thought I would share something very interesting that I found. So this was posted on Reddit not too long ago. It's beep3d.xyz. So this allows you to upload a MIDI file. So for the old school people, MIDI files is like what phones used to play.
Shut up.
So these MIDI files, it converts it into tones that the display of the printer will play, and you can make it play a song. So it can play Mario theme or Zelda or whatever you kind of like, and you can insert that G code anywhere into the print itself.
Didn't
So,
there used to be? Hold on. There used to be was a TTTF file to G code.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah,
We
this
used
is
to be
yeah,
able to
yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
use.
It's
We used to
kind
be
of
able to
this.
use the stepper motors to make the noise.
No, this was. Hold on. No, it's not doing it. Okay.
Yeah,
No.
you can use this on any of the Prusa machines because of the speaker built into them.
Yeah, I haven't tested it on the Mini yet, but I believe it should work. But I would say any of the newer printers. I also don't know if it'll be with MK3, but I almost think it might work with MK3 even.
Wait, does this play it through? Okay, no, yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah, it plays it
'Cause-
through the display, so it's just playing from the display itself.
Yes,
And
okay.
yeah, so it's just playing like the song, and yeah, it's just pretty awesome how you can do it. So my biggest troll that I was thinking about doing was trying to replicate the noise of the error
No.
tone, and then adding that beep beep beep, like that red screen error tone of the printer for every layer change. So if I send a G code to someone, that when they're testing a file, then every once in a while it will just start beeping as if the printer errored out.
Or we just
You are a
find your
monster.
printer where it only plays the Goonies theme song and we don't shut it off until you actually watch the movie.
I'll have to set that to my end G code as a reminder every time.
And I'm thinking, like, with the current hairstyle, I think that your next movie is going to have to be Grease.
Yeah.
that is a good movie, though.
Of course,
Oh,
you've
now we-
seen Grease. So now we can't do that.
Yeah, very pretty girl wanted me to watch it with her, so I had to.
Your wife, correct?
She's not watching, so. There was a
Trainwreck
time before I
TV.
met her.
Trainwreck
Oh,
TV. How about Grease 2? We don't talk
What?
about Grease 2.
There's no way there's Grease 2.
There's a Grease 2.
Oh, I did Google that now. That is not a good movie.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
I think the movie's older than you are.
It probably is. I mean, I've seen Grease. Who hasn't seen Grease? Another one we need to get him to see is Sandlot.
The what?
Never seen
The
Sandlot?
Let's be fair. It is more of an American classic.
I've never even heard of this, and I know.
Okay, but that's
about
okay.
A lot of
That's so.
obscure movies.
See, but that's okay because, like, so back in the U.S., you have several cable channels, TNT, TBS, and a few other ones, right? And they were notorious for like weekend movie marathons. That's all they played was movies, right? And there's like this unwritten list of movies like that once they're on, no matter what point of the film they're at, you do not turn it off.
Yep.
You just keep going with it. And so Sandlot is on that list.
That happened to me the other day in the hotel. I was flipping through channels and The Fifth Element popped on. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna admit this real quick.
Hold on, I just want to get ready for the options. Mute.
Ban.
Okay, ban. Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
So I thought for a long time I had seen The Fifth Element because I was like, man, it's that one movie with that one weird girl and this thing. And then I started seeing clips of The Fifth Element of parts of the movie I didn't remember. I'm like, I must have not actually seen The Fifth Element. And then I rewatched The Fifth Element the other day. Like, oh no, this is exactly what I remember. I just don't remember the other scenes for whatever reason. Good movie.
For those of you on Twitch and YouTube, you can see exactly where my pointer is at right now. Okay.
So yeah, but Fifth Element is an amazing movie. Like that one, I would like definitely say like not even like anything weird. Just you gotta watch it. One of the prints like this month for print of the month was one of the Fifth Element stones. Actually, quite like that.
Oh, those have been around for ages.
But I believe this
Like
one
the
had was like with like a motor and a lamp and everything.
oh okay, cool.
It was like high tech, fancy fifth element stone. So that's super awesome.
Question. There was a long thread in the forums concerning Core 1L kits. Is there a kit in the future?
No,
Or
Core 1
No.
L kits are not being planned or considered. The reason is because of the AC bed. It's quite a complication in terms of certification and testing and preparation for it. So, interestingly enough, it is possible for us to send a replacement AC bed, but this has to be tested and certified in a completely different way. And it's like this entire long process of how to prepare and ship it. So, technically, it is possible. It's just from our side as a company, it is just not worth it to do it. Because like towards the end of it, you'd basically just have like a large portion of the printer coming pre-assembled, and yeah, so it's like there's currently no plans on implementing the Core 1L as a kit. In future, we will look at this possibility of some printers, but for the L specifically, like it's good to see the feedback that there's such an interest and demand in the kits. So future products and stuff can be considered with that. Like we're always reading and seeing, like what the people want. So, but with the L, there will just be no changes. Like it
So,
basically wasn't designed with kit in mind.
well, it's not just that. I think there was definitely a desire for it to be a kit internally. The biggest problem is regulation. The fact of the matter is, as it stands, if there's any change to the AC portion of the machine at all, it has to get recertified. And the problem with that means that essentially the kit would not be covered under, protections unless it was certified by a certified electrician. But it makes, because we're selling a 3D printer, it becomes so extremely complicated. And by the time we would make, say, a semi-assembled version, most of the printer would already be built. So it would actually be more expensive for us to ship a semi-assembled version with like the remainder parts than it would just be for us to finish the build.
So yeah, like the L version will specifically not have that. But yeah, like definitely good feedback there for future variations and stuff.
I think I think it would be safe to say that currently there is no plan to put an AC heat bed on the Core one, especially considering that whole certification problem.
Not that I
That
know of.
yeah.
Like with the Core One, I would basically say, like from my perspective, like let's say like zero insider info, like blank slate. I would say like it's kind of like needs a larger electronics revamp at this stage. So I would assume future printers would already have like some changes to the board, the electronics. So there would be some substantial changes there, but I wouldn't know to what extent it would be. Because the hardware-wise, the motors, the motion system, everything's in a pretty great place. The biggest changes and updates that it needs is better uh, blanking out now. It needs just some better like electronics, like reading, like actual onboard storage, stuff like that. That's where it would really shine with an update.
Tommy's
Um,
self-censoring mode just kicked in live on the stream.
Like
I,
I should not mention this one thing, which would be cool to have because it's actually already there.
and TKLE, there already is a plug. Like you don't wire the AC bed yourself. It does plug into the power supply. It is purely still because of this certification requirement that even that is not good enough, which is ridiculous. Like
Like
I think we can all agree that the how strict the ruling is for these certifications, it's kind of crazy considering like we all know Voron kits exist.
XL
Wait,
tiles, future printers, I would love to see that. I do like the XL tiles, but they are a little bit tricky in terms of how to make it work, since they technically have that modular board at the bottom, and that adds to cost. So it's cool system, but they would have to optimize it in terms of cost before I would want to see it more on printers. Like, I would love if basically all the printers were on Excel tiles, but if it wasn't like properly optimized, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, it is being used on the
Oh, wait,
AFS.
hold on.
in a really
Let,
cool
let,
way.
let Tommy flex.
Oh, of course. Yeah, look at
Dude,
you.
I got like a dozen of those
fancy.
sheets at my place.
Wait, what? I feel left out.
That's why
I'm
you're all the way
actually-
over there, 5,000 miles away.
I'm right now working with a company. We want to add like a project kit for the Excel tiles, where you purchase Excel tiles and some electronics, and you like do a kit where you can create a like Home Assistant controlled coffee cup heater that is from an
That's
Excel
cool.
tile.
Do you know how many people
So
are going to be sitting there taking a cup of coffee and just doing the scene from Spaceballs where he takes the coffee, spits it out. He's like, too hot.
that's basically me. I have to
Yeah.
like I have this very brief window where I can drink my coffee, and there it's basically cold.
Oh,
Uh,
I have streamer mode on, so I can't tell who the. Maybe I can't. Yeah, I can. There is mouse pads of the Mark 52 bed. On the 42 or 52?
So, real quick, it's the Mark 52. Higer,
Thank you.
the AFS printer, which is also known as the IX, is technically a smaller XL with a 3x3 grid. It is pretty cool. Whenever Grant's video comes out of the current iteration of the AFS, it's pretty fun. And we're gonna, if you are in the States, there will be an AFS set up at the printed solid location that will be available for people to come and look around, and just see what it's like, because it's cool. Not that, any of us individually would ever be able to afford such a machine. It's still pretty.
So going on to the other news, just to continue with that. So the major news of this week was the Prusa Core 1 Index that is now available for order at Prusa. I'm sure everyone knows about this.
what?
Was the Prusa Index. Are you familiar
What's
with
that? No.
What's that?
So
I heard of it.
Please tell us more.
wait. I apologize. I have to say Prusa Index by Bontek. On Twitter, a few people were upset with me that I wasn't specifically saying index by Bontek with each phrase. I feel when I say that, I feel like the person from Idiocracy saying like, "Welcome to Costco, I love you," or Brondo, the first mutilator, and every time I say it, I get paid. But yeah, with the index. Like completely sold out, super awesome launch. Was really cool how much interest there was in it. Way exceeded like what we were going for. Even like our estimate was like completely blown out of the water. I do apologize if I did cause some confusion for Reddit and some people that I was talking to on the different platforms. On the first evening, I went to check the sales numbers on my phone, literally in bed moments before going to sleep, and I saw the numbers, and
Dude,
it was
we have to talk to your wife
it
and
was
set up like a blocker in your house where
I
she only has the power. Like,
I do it because it's fun. So I
again,
went
we need
and
to talk to your wife because I mean that's not fun.
so I saw the orders, and I saw that it was basically like just over 90% of the orders were already sold. So I meant to make a post that nearly all of them are gone. But basically, when they at the same time they were negotiating on increasing the number that we have internally, so that also got spiked up. And I was also taking into account all the orders, including the ones that were unpaid, so just orders that were placed that were just unpaid or blanked or cancelled. So I just viewed all orders. So with those two cleared up, then it was sold out a little bit later. So I do apologize if I did cause some confusion. I posted that specifically just so everyone is aware and has a chance to get it in case they're putting it off. I'd rather people order and refund it later than not have a chance to order it. So that's from my side, my public apology for misinformation.
No, that's
Bad timing.
you
Bad
need
timing.
no,
Bad
you
timing.
need to learn to do better apologies. Because that's when people ask me, I'm like, I have no idea. I have plausible deniability. I don't go around and ask for stuff. Because I like to keep the same amount of knowledge as the community does. So if there's wrong information or anything else, I'm like, I don't know. I didn't say it.
So
Well,
the
I'm a weird
number,
hybrid.
we have not shared the number of orders that were sold yet, so I regretfully can't tell you, but it is quite substantial.
It is a lot.
I'm just going to
It's a
quote someone
lot.
from the YouTube channel just because it kind of fits in. 350. That's how many. 350.
350.
No, definitely not tree fitty. It was a lot.
So yeah, with the index out now, we can kind of share and show everything to a sense. So if you guys do have any specific questions, I'm happy to try and help and correct. I've been already with a few modders. They've been writing to me in private. I was helping them with a few measurements of the parts. So in case there's anything specific, feel free to check with me. We can always check it out. So one of the things that was also teased with it that was towards the end was that we are doing a CMYK variation, or CMYKW specifically, for the full spectrum. So that's an easy print variation. And so we've been discussing it with the team and the groups, as well as the developers. So it's nice to have contact with them. And this is something that our slicer devs are super passionate about and having a ton of fun with it. So there's a very high chance this CMYK printing will come to Slicer with our own unique variation and interpretation of it very soon. And by very soon, I mean possibly within days. So we do not want to wait for it with Slicer 3.0, as they made quite nice progress. They're really happy with it and stuff. So it might get released as a regular Slicer update extremely soon. So fingers crossed for that. If all goes well, maybe even this week.
If not, you can reach out to Tommy at Prusa 3D and direct all of your questions, comments, concerns, and feelings about that.
So hopefully super soon. I've been sharing quite a few prints and stuff from the XLs that I've been printing on. I have another fun one. I can show it here. Let me just copy it.
And for those of you who are watching us in Discord while Tommy's looking for that, if you guys have any, projects to share or anything else, you can always put your hand up, start prepping for it, getting ready for it, and we can, pull you in. Tommy, you want to do a screen share of that?
I put it in the chat, but I
Yes,
could probably
but there's
screen share quick.
others.
Yeah, but
we're on
our,
two other
our
channels.
YouTube and Twitch friends can't see it.
Yes. Now make it bigger.
Hang on.
That's a you thing, Shane. You have to.
That's a me thing.
You have to
I don't
remember.
want to do. Wait.
Hang
Do it.
on.
I did it and he turned it off. Slug.
Hang on.
God. I'm an old man. I don't have that much time.
I broke it.
Of course you. How did you break?
I said stop streaming, but it won't stop streaming.
I'm
leaving chat. I'm coming back.
There it is. Chat. I just pulled it up from chat. There it is. That's the slug. So you can kind of see the different blending options there. Looks pretty cool. Okay. See, just to chat, I want you guys to remember just who, said, hey, what about our Twitch and YouTube people? Tommy doesn't like Twitch and YouTube.
It's okay.
Wait, where did Tommy
We
go?
appreciate you guys.
Where did he go?
I wanted to reconnect. That's all.
Oh my God. Can you are you going back on camera so we can see your grease? Okay, thank you.
You want to see my grease? Let me style this.
No,
hair a
your
little bit.
grease style. Wait, can you do like the little S so you can look like Clark Kent and then go get some glasses?
I don't have glasses. I have good eyes. I could 3D print some quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Uh-huh.
Because then we could do the Clark Kent.
How long will it take?
Works with Jesse. Wait, no. So here's a good question from the Twitch side of chat, RC Maniac. For this that you were just talking about, that should work with any type of CMYK filament, right? Regardless of the brand.
It would technically work with any filament. It doesn't even have to be CMYK. You can combine them and make a mixture. This will also integrate with our filament library, so it will have some like actual snapshots. So it would work with nearly anything. We are working on a Prusa specific bundle of CMYKW. These filaments are specifically done so that they have like more transparency, so that they fuse between each other better. So there is a CMYKW bundle that is being worked on. We're testing different like intensities of the transparency and stuff at the moment. So that's actively being tested. So there will be like a nice set of these colors that is specifically designed for it, but it will work with everything. Full spectrum, it's not announced yet. Please don't tell anyone, but yes, we want to have it in Prusa Slicer as well.
Credit to all of our community members who have worked on it. Like it is only possible because of the open source community and everything that they've done. And I'm very proud of this community.
One thing that I want to do with that community mod printer is I know members of the forums have been creating various different forks of Prusa Slicer. I want to give that a shot because like one of them is they took Orca Slicer's filament
The
tuning.
Yeah.
Yep, and they brought it into Slicer. That's one. And I remember I shared it with you guys before. There was what was it? The U.S. Air Force developed a way to basically hook up a camera and a Pi, run a bunch of tests, and it will give you the proper settings for your filament. I thought that was really interesting as well.
Yeah, I'm working. So since we have made it so that people can modify their firmware and not affect warranty as of last year, I've actually been experimenting myself with the load cell built into the next shooter, and I can absolutely say it is crazy how the Prusa firmware devs have fit everything that they have in the current board. It is insane. I ran out of RAM on that board a couple times by collecting too much data, and it is truly crazy just what these guys have done. But yeah, no, it's actually been really fun to tinker with the firmware.
All right, so question from the YouTube side of things. Let's start with Tommy. Will chamber heaters be supported eventually?
I don't know. Like the current stance, in a sense, like from the developers, how they see it is that the heating is sufficient from the current like situation with the Core 1, Core 1L, that it most of the time like it can reach the temperatures. but as a third-party possible solution, it's something that I am poking them on, so that it can be possibly implemented. But like right now, I'm saying like it's not like a high priority at the moment. Is probably the best answer.
It's safe to say that the Prusa developers have the same mindset as the Voron developers, as the Positron developers. Hello. You have a giant heating service in the printer already.
No, you just give me a good idea for something. I'm gonna keep we're gonna do Prusa Community Live bingo cards, and one
Oh,
of them is
boy.
gonna be how many times you say positron.
Have I mentioned it any other time this stream?
Nope, it was a first, but you do it every stream.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm so yeah, okay. So I would no, because that would completely throw everything in chaos if I say that now.
Oh boy.
No, but I mean, you have a few different community mods. But for example, you have Alan Mendex Hive addition to
Yep.
the Core
Well,
1L. There's another person who did another air filter to it, and they're working on a little space heater. I've seen also a mod for the beds to put fans under the Core 1 bed, similar to the Core 1 Large and everything else. So with that, that is one thing that I will try to do with the community mod project, is to find different means. Because I used to work for another printing place, and what they would use was incubator heaters. So I'm even thinking about doing that. I just have to possibly go find someone who can do me who can do a flat side panels in order for it to work out right.
yeah, and just so people know, the Hive filter is just a filter, but I've seen people adding chamber heaters to it. I think the firmware, it is very easy to add chamber heater support to the firmware. It really is just a matter of telling it what pins are the active pins to turn it on. You would have to do it via a relay, because there's no other high voltage ports on the XBuddy board to do a chamber heater, but you could very well make it work, especially through the hacker board. It is just a fact of tinkering with the firmware in order to get it added. The code is there. And what I mean by that is, because we are using some Marlin in our TOS, it's there because Marlin itself supports chamber heaters, so it wouldn't take too much to make that modification work. It is just from an official standpoint, the bed is a giant heater already, and it heats up that volume pretty decently in my experience.
Yeah,
I
so
know
like
some people are just
I know
impatient.
like some people specifically like in a cold garage, for example,
Yeah,
non-optimal printing areas. I can definitely see it causing an issue. In my case, most of my printing I'm doing like within the house or in the office, where the conditions I would say are practically like identical and ideal. So I can see if it's like somewhere in the shed or something that like the heater could potentially cause some issues. It can be argued it is outside of operating temperature or whatever. I kind of think that like in my mind, if we can do something to help, it would be cool. So if there is some possibility of it, I think it would be cool if we could add it. It's just not a short-term immediate priority.
Especially in the summertime.
Oh, it's only summer for half the world.
Dude, I want winter all around.
same.
I'm definitely in the wrong hemisphere. I need to be further up north.
I could just live in summer. Like never see a winter again, and I'd be happy. Hit me
I'm
with that.
sorry, Anthony. You're sitting there feeling left out again.
Hit me with that 40-degree weather.
That's another bingo thing. How many times Anthony feels left out of a conversation?
I don't feel left out. I feel like I'm in the perfect spot right now. I love the cold, but at the same time, I'm in Philadelphia. It stays nice and chill the majority of the year until it gets into the summer, and then it's just, blistering, boiling hot for whatever reason during the summer. And then as soon as it hits fall, it's really, really nice all the way until spring. And once it's through spring, oh, it's still nice. I'm happy.
So I'm gonna bring it around to like a little bit of a show and tell. I know we can't. Well, maybe I don't know. Hey, Ms. Geek Tech, can you throw up a few photos of your previous work? For those of you who've gone to 3D Printopia / East Coast Rep Festival, you see Mr. and Mrs. Geek Tech there with these massive 3D printed props and statues from games and everything else. Like they did Fallout, the armor. They did the robot from what the
Starfield.
hell's it? Huh? What?
Starfield.
Okay, I almost said StarCraft. And a few other ones that was pretty cool. And so they said they were taking a poll. They might do another one this year. But I think they're following like standard cosplay rules as far as like leaving it to the last second. I could be wrong. But so that was one thing. Yep, there we go. Hold on, let me pull that up.
I think they
Yeah,
also
so this
did
was their
Atlas and
new.
Peabody.
This is their new
That
Cola
was
power armor set. I remember that thing. It was insane.
That is awesome.
Oh, you know
That
what?
is so cool.
You know what you could do? Since 3D Printopia is in a new location, I'd say go with something huge. Nuka-Cola should be. Yep, here we go. Mr. Randolph, the doctor. Doctor.
Oh wow, yeah,
Randolph.
that was Ryan. They also did Alice and Peabody from Portal.
Hold on. I'm showing off the other one. We
Ooh.
just do it again. Okay. You got your attention? You good now? Kidding. Yeah, so I'll be looking up. See, she up. She beat you to it. And there's the cube.
Printed on the mini.
So I got a question though. Are we gonna do another battle of the whistles again this year, Miss Geek
Oh,
Tech?
the whistles?
Yes.
I'm out.
Hold on. She's typing. I want to see. Repeat the question. Battle of the whistles. Are we repeating that? Global. Is that Joe's body double? Who? Anthony? To be determined. All right. So
Listen, I've been mistaken for Joseph 7 times this year in the span of 2 weeks, and I'm sitting here like, what?
what?
How
If
is
you
this
went through a
happening?
time machine?
Huh?
Joey Prusa.
Joey Prusa.
Hey, Joey. Now, there's your new nickname.
I love it.
Put on a
Joey
shirt.
Prusa.
Am I Joey Prusa now?
Prusa.
Prusa.
Did I say that? Is
Oh,
that
no,
what I said?
Prusa.
Joey Prusa.
Prusa. Yes. There we go. We got it. Put on a shirt.
Oh no! Did
Yes.
I say?
Tiger, thank you very much for starting all that. You've now officially helped give it a new nickname. And thank you for the Discord chat for also chiming in on that. Yeah, so basically, like, if you ever worked a show as like a exhibitor or anything else, There's two types of families. The ones who watch their kids and they keep an eye on them and, they're very responsible, perfect parents. Then there's the other parents who just like, oh yeah, sure, no, go ahead, play, go do whatever you want to. And these are the kids who sit there and will destroy a table or, grab something and walk off with it and everything else because the parents aren't anywhere to be found. So I think it was 2018 New York Maker Fair, the last one they had there. I was talking to a bunch of vendors and exhibitors. I'm like, you know what? I had it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to print out a whole bunch of whistles. And then, like, for the kids who are destroying the table, I'm just going to, pull them aside and make a deal with them that if they go away from my table, I'll give them a whistle, but they can't use the whistle at the table. They have to wait 5 minutes and then they can use the whistle. And I had so many people going, oh my God, that's a good idea. You have to give me some. I'm like, all right, fine. And I literally brought with me like 200 whistles. It was like those ultra loud ones. And so I ran around. I dropped off like, a whole bunch of them to different people who were around the Prusa booth. And like 20 minutes after the show starts, I'm sitting there, I'm talking, I'm running around, and I can hear whistles going off in the background, and I'm dying laughing because they already gave it to like the troublemaker kids, and you could hear the whistles being blown off in the distance and everything else. It was a riot. So that's kind of the thing with me and the whistles. For Miss Geek Tech, there was a whistle versus googly eye battle that we had. And her thing was to get as many googly eyes on the Prusa booth. My thing was to get as many whistles. She lost the battle.
I brought the googly eye war back slightly at Open Source 2024. I ran around, put googly eyes on every printer and or like mechanism I could
See,
find.
I would just kill you.
The Excel looks pretty good with it.
No, it
Like
doesn't.
at first I was like, oh, that was vandalism. Let's leave it.
No, it doesn't.
I was very proud of myself when I did that.
RC Maniac. For those of you who weren't at Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival, the venue explicitly had a sign saying no whistles. I mean, I don't know why.
I wonder why.
I have no idea why.
Unattended children will be given whistles and taught to cuss and check.
That's too much effort to teach them.
I mean,
I only lost because my mom
just keep telling them to shout Pinda.
Wait, they didn't have that this year because I wasn't there. But I do have a standing agreement with the organizers from Printopia not to bring whistles.
Okay.
So I have to, agree with them on that one. But they didn't say anything about outside the venue.
No, don't do that in Philly, dude.
Why?
No,
dude. Why not?
But you gotta make some creative design, because you can't just make a whistle. Like you can make a whistle that is something else.
No.
So
no, because the whistles that I would use were the ones that were like the ultra loud ones.
It can be that, but you can like hide it within another design, so it looks like some benchy, but it's a ultra loud whistle. Like it'll take way longer to print, but it looks much less conspicuous.
Do I also give whistles to the big kids? No, I only gave whistles to the little kids. Teenagers? I don't know. I only had a problem with 2 teenagers at a show. And then like some 12-year-old kid that was like just being a complete little something to someone I was working with. And I'm talking to someone. This kid like mouths off. I looked at the person right in front of me. I'm like, can you just hold on 1 second? I did a 180. I point to the kid. I'm like, I'm like, you! And the kid jumped because he wasn't expecting it. I'm like, where the hell is your parent? And he looked, and I locked eyes on her. I'm like, you're going to sit there and get that away from my table right now. Because obviously you need to have a talk with them on how to properly talk to people. There is no way your child was just so incredibly rude to one of my staff, and you can just get away right now. And like, the person's just like, thank you. I'm like, I swear to God, if that was my kid, no, you'd be crippled right now. So yeah, no, I don't. Then the teenagers, they kept on asking me really dumb questions that was making me uncomfortable. And luckily there was a cop there, so I called the cop over. I'm like, go ahead, ask me now, and they wouldn't. So
Okay,
I was
moving on
thinking
from.
about the air raid siren, but yeah, no, can't do it.
We have one at Printed Solid. I could probably sneak it.
No, because where you can only do that once before like an event organizer just comes up and just breaks it. Like, nope.
Oh, hey guys, I don't know how this ended up here. Huh. Oh,
So,
yes.
before we forget, let us do the spinny spin to see who gets a new printer. So for anyone wondering, this is the wheel of names. So it just like you click it and it spins from the list of people that are valid. I just
Where
went
did you
through
get
all of
those
the
names?
entries. It's from the Reddit Print of the Month contest. So I just took all the valid entries. Just take note that like low quality posts and like those that don't like adhere to the rules were not added, and duplicate names were just simplified to a single entry. So yeah, that's just slight simplification of it. So it's just the Reddit Print of the Month, and the person here will get a MK4S kit. So
And if you wish to be part of this, and the next time that we do this, all you have to do is submit a print of the month. That's it.
yeah. So share your prints, share with us what you're working on. Generally, everyone is just super excited to see what's happening. So do
Wait,
please partake in the fun.
But I want Joey to say the name to announce the winner.
And
We
in
have
your
to have-
most Philly accent.
Yep.
Otherwise, I will do it.
No,
And
no,
you don't
no, no,
want
no. It
that.
has to be Anthony. It has to be Anthony.
I'll announce it.
Okay, so I'll click it to spin it to win it, and you got to say the name in full on accent. So
What do you mean accent? This is how I speak.
you gotta like amplify the tone, amplify the
What?
accent.
How do I amplify my accent? This is my accent.
Wait, hold on. Grant, no, he did not watch the Goonies. He backtracked, and he did not watch it. It's only been 2 months for a 90-minute movie.
Yeah, give me a few more. Like soon I'll like press play. I could have watched that movie during the stream.
Yeah.
Could have
Anyway.
live commentary. You just, can't play the audio nor show the
Okay.
video. You're
So-
multicasting.
Everyone ready?
No.
Okay, let's hit it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cleanliness is next to managerially on this. Anyway.
Come on, Joey.
And the winner is
No,
Resonant
accent.
Ruminant.
No.
What? I don't.
Nope. Nope.
Huh?
Nope. You didn't say it right.
What accent do you want? This is how I speak.
I want to hear Joey Prusa.
What do you mean,
Read.
Joey Prusa?
Come on.
What? I'm so confused right
It's not a difficult thing to do. To get you confused, that is.
now. What's happening? Do you want a Delco accent? Is that what you're asking for here?
A New Jersey Italian. See, yep, they got it on chat.
Bob?
That's me. That is me. I am New Jersey Italian.
So
Philly.
then let's hear it.
This is it. You're hearing it.
That's no. I'm just disappointed.
I'm walking here.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I'm
at
walking over here.
you. I'm just disappointed.
I'm gonna go into a joint and get me a nice good John with
You
some
gonna get a
whiz
joint?
wit, just all in it. A nice good whiz wit, and that's what I'm gonna have for lunch. I'm gonna also get some water, and I'm gonna
See,
be
you
happy.
did the water part fine. Out of 100 words you just said, you said get what? 2 words.
This is how I speak. I need a nice glass of water, nice some water ice, nice whiz wit, happy. In a southern hillbilly accent. And yes, a whiz wit is a cheesesteak. That's Philly.
But you never
Duh.
said whiz wit when we were getting cheesesteaks here in Prague.
Well,
Now
yeah,
I'm
because they don't
disappointed.
understand.
Now the experience wasn't authentic. Now I can't say I had a real whiz wit.
Yeah, because it wasn't a real whiz wit. Okay, in Philadelphia, when you get a cheesesteak, it's shredded ribeye. When we went to a Philadelphia bar in Prague, because I heard there was a Philadelphia bar and I had to check it out, it was chopped. It was cubed. It was meat in little cubes. It was still good, but it wasn't a cheesesteak. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a cheesesteak. I rest my case. I couldn't order a whiz wit if a whiz wit didn't exist.
You just don't know where to go.
It did have cheese and it did have steak.
Was that really steak? I don't know. I can't say. It was meat. It was cubed meat of a certain origin of which I don't know.
The hell's that?
Anyway.
Bankruptcy, no problem, print it.
So, I thought we would quickly go over the other winners of the Reddit contest. This is just for
okay. So I'm saying, like, wait, what the?
for some of the favorite prints that we have. So first one is a user Renze, and he created, or she, him, they, created this curtain guide for the for the curtain, as the one that they were using had failed. Like the company was bankrupt, so they couldn't order a replacement. So now they just created this new automated curtain system with the 3D printed parts. So super awesome that they did this. They actually had to learn some FreeCAD tricks in order to do it. So it's also like nice learning experience in order to like get onto this. So if anyone like hasn't done any designing at all within Fusion or like any other program, FreeCAD, whatever, Tinkercad, you name it, I do encourage you to try designing your own files. There is few things as satisfying as creating your own model, seeing how everything comes and fits together. So if you haven't done it yet, do try it. So super awesome, especially in order to like bring back old prints and stuff, like old things to life. You want to say something?
No, I strongly believe that like this is one of the best parts about 3D printing is when, you know, even if that company was still in business, I bet you they would have been like, this part costs $200 to $500 because it's a very specific part for a very specific assembly, and they only make like 50 of them a year, and it's ridiculous. The plastics industry is insane, especially when it comes to these parts that just break. And you can just get a pair of calipers, make it, and it costs you less than $2.
I saw some short video on YouTube where it was air intake side panel plastic cover for Porsche, and Porsche wanted like it flew off, and Porsche wanted like $2,000 for it, and the guy was like, "Yeah, no." So he took the other one off, scanned it, mirrored it, printed it out.
That was a good video. Yeah, I also watched that one. So going on, the second one that was super cool is Philip Sørensen.
That's one
he,
who's doing. I'm putting that in the community mod.
oh, that's also
I do love
it's-
this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the options, and he's also working on a heater as well.
like
Yeah, this
heater
is
would
one
be
of those
super cool.
really interesting uses of the space inside the printer where, this is that back void that we didn't utilize, and someone figured out a way to utilize it. It's really cool.
Yeah, so
But I'm actually
HIPAA filter, multiple fans, like completely removable. I believe it's fit with magnets as well, so you can just pop it in and out quite easily. And it's like here within this little corner on the rear of the printer, so it's not even taking any of the real estate area. So super awesome actual use case of that space and creating an internal filter for the printer. So I do love that.
Yep. And on the forums, he showed his space heater, and it's the same type of design where it fits into the right-hand back corner of the printer.
Now, with this being said, I think everyone here would agree. We always advise caution when making modifications to your power supply. We do have the machines kind of understand the power that they're receiving. So I personally would say get a separate power supply for this unit. Do not tap into the main power supply just for the sake of Prusa devs are working, understanding that they have full utilization of the power supply and they're not really leaving headroom for people to kind of tinker with that power supply.
Especially if this is your first do-it-yourself project, I would encourage not to try soldering stuff onto the power supply
Yeah.
if you've
Yeah.
never done something like that before. It's a
Yeah, because
very bad recipe for disaster.
there's it's a smart home add-on to control the power, and it monitors power consumption for smart home setups. And I'm throwing that on the modded printer. But even for that one, I'm going to the guys in construction. I'm going to the electricians, and I'm like, "Can you guys help me
Yeah.
wire this up? Because I'll probably blow it up if I try it myself." And then I was also thinking of grabbing a one of the power supplies for the accessories for the enclosure to power that particular filter, and then also his heater as well.
So yeah, the other thing I also wanted to mention about this is also use of the OCL files of the Core 1. So it was like definitely something that does help in terms of modeling it and making use of the actual space there, given how small this gap is, that the OCL files really do come in handy for this. So like it's great to see these things and it being put to the use.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
I feel like there's a good opportunity here for just one point of clarification. So they use the OCL to put that part in and make sure everything fits. If anyone else is interested in using the OCL, you technically do not have to use the OCL if you're just using the CAD models to test fit things or reference holes. It's only if you modify an original OCL part.
Hey Tom,
So
sorry.
this is awesome. This is a great example of exactly what we wanted those files to do.
Philip, the designer, is in the Discord chat, and he'd be happy. He can jump on in if he can get his internet working, but it might be interesting
awesome.
to have him on.
Yeah,
I can't change my screen to look at it, to see below, but just in case.
If
Yeah.
you can like hop on stage, or I think we can invite you to stage.
Yeah, he's trying to, but the internet here is quite broken. Philip, this is your time to shine. Get it going.
You
Work
can
on
do it, Philip.
Yeah, listen to Joey.
In the meantime, while he's trying to connect, let's just do the last one as well. So the last one, something I absolutely loved as well, was the Prusa Core 1 Gantry Primer. This is quite a awesome solution that they did for the gantry primer, so it can prime off of off the build plate, So just priming onto this bearing. As it cools down, it detaches from it. So it's just like this really smooth solution towards it. I regret to say I haven't tried it or like set it up and installed it myself yet, but I absolutely will, as this is just such an awesome concept for me to just make use of the space in front of the printer. So it can prime and prepare, so there's less of those annoying little prime sections, especially if you're like me, forgetting to remove them, and then you're getting some nozzle cleaning failed on your next print. So great way to avoid that. So super awesome creation by the Dark Hood. So absolutely love it. So these 3 users will be getting some Prusa meters for their hard work.
Oh,
Core 1 toothbrush. Yeah. Thankfully, we're also moving in a bit more in the direction of the nozzle primers. So with the what's it called? The index, you will also have the like nozzle primer with a small brush there. So it helps with the like creating and like pushing off those blobs. It's quite essential there just to remove the blobs from the nozzle.
Tommy, you have a question on the YouTube side of things. Cameron,
Sure.
W2239. Speaking of mods, how is your next extruder project coming along, Tommy?
My next extruder project, it's still like in the works. We started like preparing some like bill of materials for it, but I was still waiting for the final list of what will go out with the index so that we know what is left over. That I can like be 100% sure which cables or whatever is like really left over so that we can make sure that it's focused on just the spare parts. So that
And
was. Mm.
no, go ahead. I'll address them in a second.
Yeah, so the next extruder project still like definitely some time that it will take, but yeah, it's still moving. There's still something happening.
Anthony, whatever you're showing, no one can see it because Tommy's a
I-
full
I-
screen.
I wasn't showing it. I was just fiddling.
No fiddling on camera. Professionalism.
I'll fiddle whenever I want to fiddle.
Philip, do we have an update? Is his hand up at all in
In the meantime,
the chat?
let me try to go into Skype.
Yes. Invite Philip to speak. Bring Philip on. I want to talk to Philip.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Yeah, good that I could make it. Yeah, sorry, the internet is quite bad, so I didn't manage to connect
Oh, that's
before.
quite all right. Tommy, you want to get out of full screen mode?
not really.
Okay. Okay.
I see that you found my my filter.
Yes,
Yes.
super awesome design. Thank you so much for the hard work and for sharing that as well.
A lot of people
Thank you.
requested that for the community mod project that we're doing, and I really liked how you designed it. So like it takes, it doesn't require heavy modification of the machine as far as to make it fit in there. And then
Yeah, indeed, that
I
was the
also-
goal. And yeah, indeed, that was the goal. Didn't want it to take off into a channel or something.
And then you showed your next project of a chamber heater for the Core 1. Now, would that also both your filters, your filter and the heater, would those also fit a Core 1 large without any major
Actually,
changes?
so I was checking that, and it turns out that the Core 1 large is 3 millimeters narrower, so it doesn't easily fit. It's a bit of a problem.
Interesting.
I didn't expect the large to be smaller than the nano one, but it turns out that it's actually the corner is actually smaller.
Surprising for me as well. Like you would assume the large is larger, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I guess the chamber is, but the corner isn't. Yeah, so I was hoping I could just like resize the main points and then fit it there. But I think it would require quite a bit of work to try to squeeze it in there. Maybe it can be done, but it is not easy to adapt. I think the heater could fit quite. It doesn't. The heater doesn't take as much space as the filter does. So maybe the heater can go. But I mean, maybe there's less need for the heater in the core 1L.
And
Still, maybe some people want it.
what was your design like thought process for it? Was this something that you thought people would be interested in, or was it rather something that you wanted to create for yourself and just shared it after?
Both. You know, I wanted to first make use of the public cat files. Right, because I started looking at this right when the Prusa released the cat of the core 1, and I thought that would be cool to try to use that to develop something like this. Because I mean, without the public cat files, it would have been impossible to develop something that fits so tight. So I really wanted to try to see what could be done with that. And I wanted it for myself, and I thought maybe other people wanted. It was quite fun. Yeah. And I mean, both the filter and the heater, quite nice upgrades.
That's super awesome.
I have a very, one who has zero experience with a lot of things. So with with your design, with the filter, is there any advantages of having it inside the chamber versus, say, on the exhaust fan on the core 1 if you put a filter on the outside? Is there any differences? Is there any like added benefits of having the filter inside of it? And
well, I guess there's a difference between recirculating, if that's what you're asking about. Right? Because the exhaust filter only works when you're pulling out air. Yes, this works without pulling out air of the chamber. But I guess it's still good with an exhaust because you need an under pressure to prevent leakage. So ideally, you would run an exhaust filter on very, very light power just to maintain negative pressure. And then in an internal filter, you can run at as high a power you want without losing heat. That's the logic.
Now, you had the GPIO board connected to it. What are some of the advantages of that? Like, does the filter run all the time, or is it triggered to go off for like, say, 10 minutes before the print is finished, so it scrubs the air before it's done printing?
Well, the GPIO board allows you to just put it in the G code. So I just put a command in the start G code to turn on the filter when the print starts, and then an end G code to stop it when it ends. So it goes exactly as long as the print. Maybe in an ideal world, one would like it to continue a bit after the print finished. But to do that, one has to either put in a pause and end command. I didn't do that. So for now, I use the GPIO board to run the fan for the entire duration. Indeed, it was a bit tricky because there's not so much documentation in the GPIO. So it took a while before I realized you could actually use it as a switch, as a relay, without having any other. That was really cool.
Yeah, I think Tommy and I can go to the people who write the help docs and ask them for some documentation on the GPIO board. Because I remember during beta testing, I was like, yeah, where's the documentation? They're like, well, if you're a beta tester for the GPIO board, you should already know how to use one. I'm like, well, I'm out.
Now with the GPIO board, it was
that would really be useful with more.
Yeah, there was some thread on the Discord questions section a while back, where people were discussing the documentation about the GPI board, how it could be improved. So this was submitted, and this is definitely being looked at. And there is a task created for it. I could definitely confirm that. But this is basically going through the developers, as we need someone very smart and capable to sit down and list it, and then another person to break it down into human. So that is kind of like waiting on the developers at this stage to find some time to work on that. But it's definitely something that we would like to improve, yeah.
But even if the current the PDS instructions that came with the board, even if that was uploaded to the web page, that would be useful. Because right now, like the current limits are not stated anywhere online, and you can only see the paper that comes with the board, which is less than optimal.
Okay, that's like very good immediate feedback that we can at the very least just copy paste from that document and upload it. So I'll definitely push for that for as soon as possible.
And then maybe
That would be amazing.
If certain things work out later on down the road, there might be a way for us to fully collect community submissions, I guess you could say, for some guides and everything else. Strictly, it would be like, these are written by the community for the community, not official, but it could be very helpful to people, I think. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of untapped potential in the GPI board, which is not being used because people don't know how to use it.
Real quick, guys, I personally have to get going. So it's been a pleasure with all you guys. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Bye,
Peace out.
Joey.
See you, Joey Prusa.
Yeah.
Prusa, later, bro. He's gonna kill me for coming up with that. But you know what? I just blame the community because it was multiple channels that came up with the whole his alter ego now, and we have to make him a T-shirt. Yeah, no, I love that project though, because then and then I was also really impressed with oh yeah, I have another project too, but I don't know if you can see the Discord chat and. Because I have streaming mode on, I can't see the person's full name. They're gonna shoot and kill me. But nope, still not sure. But they were talking about putting your mounting the heater and the filter on the back wall, not the corners. But we'd have to double check. There's a huge empty space.
Casper's heater.
Yep.
Yeah, is that? Yeah, I was discussing a lot in the Discord. I'm sure pronouncing it Caspier, at least that's how it's written. I was discussing a lot of how to do this. I also shared with him because the heater needs more advanced control than the hacker board because it has to run like a PID algorithm, like a PID loop, and that the GPIO board can't do. Yeah. So for that, I use an ESP32, and also it has Prusa link. Uses the API for that to like pull the printer state and control the heater with that. So it's like set and forget. It's really nice. And I gave I shared the code with that with the Caspier. So I think those are a bit in parallel.
Yeah, because there's somebody in the YouTube chat also asking about the API code. Because they said they wanted to be able to detect running out of filament and able to create a message where their physical robot can insert a new roll of plastic. If you have a robot that can do that, you either have an insane amount of money or a lot of time in your hands, or both.
I see Caspier is writing in the chat that he says he's actually out of energy, so maybe his version of the heater will take more time. Mine is almost ready. The problem is that I'm traveling for a couple of weeks now. So
I'm sorry. You need to cancel and go back and work on these projects for the community. You can't. I'm sorry.
I cannot.
It's much more fun than work.
Indeed, no, I'm visiting at the university in UC Berkeley, so it's a cool trip. But it is a bummer that I can't go back to my printer. Mm. It has everything except for the packaging of the GPU. The PSU. Because I still didn't find a nice way to attach the PSU on the back of the printer for the heater. I could put up a preliminary version, printables, with everything except for the nice attachment on the back. Because the heater and the control is ready.
Now, do you have like any other like what would be your like if you could do it no matter what, like the resources, the skill set and everything else, what would be like the one mod that you would love to do where like, knowledge and resources wasn't an issue?
So I'm mostly excited about how to handle like printing and fancy materials. So it'd be something.
I remember some time
It
ago
would be
they
nice
had.
if
Sorry, go ahead.
it would be nice if the temperature tolerance of the chamber could be increased. That sounds difficult. Like some if active cooling of the tool head so that the chamber can survive higher temperature. That would be amazing.
Yeah, like with the chamber, like the board itself is a bit of a problem. The love board would need to get cooled down. It's like towards the limits already. Then I believe the motors also have some slight risk of skipping steps the hotter it gets. Like they're still fine in this, like where they are, they could probably go to 80, 90, but like as it increases, then the risk of skipping steps goes with it as well. So the motors themselves.
That's what I.
Then I believe the plastic, like the side windows and the top cover, would potentially also start to slightly expand and warp, possibly even the door. The metal itself, I think, is still fine, but yeah, there's a lot of things that kind of come together and start to like really push out with that little bit of extra heat that's added. So.
Yeah, it's not an easy game. But I was also working on insulating the windows to help at least reduce the power needed to hold high temperature. Like if you just took a 1 millimeter polycarbonate window, then maybe you can make the windows doubled and you lose less heat. Because there's then the question of how much heat is lost through the windows and how much heat is lost through the metal. And it seems more difficult to insulate the metal, but at least the part of the surface that is windows should be easy to insulate and reduce loss from.
The one thing I would kind of like to do, it's completely cosmetic, but for whatever reason, it's always in the back of my head, living rent free. Replace the door to either Core 1 or the Core 1 large with a metal door, and then mount a smart mirror or make a smart mirror for the door. So then that way, you can pull up different things on it. So it can act as like a picture frame, a live feed from the camera, or pull up like stats from like Prusa Connect or the Prusa Farm and stuff like that. Just for basically shits and giggles. Because I mean, there's no actual, there's no practical reason for it except just to show off, I think. But for whatever reason, that's always in the back of my head somehow. Sound density material, isn't that stuff somewhat insulative while being thin? The sound insulating foam on the inside of the printer. I'm not sure. That's from Hatchero on the Discord chat.
Guys,
I guess anything that creates an air gap would help insulate more.
I have about 5 minutes before I also have to go.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna probably call it because for those outside of Europe right now, it is 9:10 p.m. Central European time, and we've been streaming now for 2 hours. But I think
So,
everything went well for multicasting.
yeah, it seems to be good. I will still like if anyone still has any rapid fire questions in chat. I'd be happy to take them while we still have a moment. If there was anything that was missed or didn't get addressed on stream.
And thank you for your Clark Kent cosplay.
I'll do a more proper one. I'm just happy that printers are actually in a state where you can just do something silly like this, like in the middle of a stream, without having to worry and just print it on the spot.
Excuse me.
I would just say thank you for the interest in projects. Sounds
Thank you
fun.
so much. Super awesome work,
Alles after this
and
video.
looking forward to seeing more of it. One more question we have here
Thank-
is Core 1L index timeframe. It's still quite uncertain. It will be a few months, probably. It's really hard to say at this point. Like the Core 1 itself is basically done. But we kind of also want to like not set and bind ourselves to any dates, because we can kind of use the initial feedback. For example, if someone has some like rough experiences with something, maybe we could have it improved by the time we like push it on the Core 1L. So it's kind of like we probably could get it out and rush it ASAP. But if we can like ever so slightly like not bind ourselves to a date, then maybe we can make it even better from the start. So that's kind of what we're going for. That's why there's no like real clarity on the date. If everything works super well, everyone's super happy with index, then it will probably go really fast for it to come out. But otherwise, maybe they will just try to like make it a little bit better from the start. So it's like functionally like the L version is extremely similar to the Core 1. Like the entire extruder, basically everything is the same. You just have the filament sensor and the like mounting brackets and stuff that are slightly different. So it's really small in terms of like from a developer perspective, like what has to be adjusted, but like it still has to be adjusted. And given that we still like have a like window of opportunity to make some changes, then we'll go with that if we can.
But for everyone who's watching right now, again, this is something we're still working on, getting the kinks out and everything else. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, anything, you can always post feedback in our Discord server, or the forums, or other places, and we'll take that all into consideration. If you guys have also any ideas for topics, things you want to see, have Joey Prusa on a more featured basis, we can easily do that. But yeah, I think we can wrap it up there. Because if you're saying you need to leave now, if you take one more question, it's gonna be 9:30. You're like, oh, I need to go, but we'll take one more. He says, wow, it's 10 o'clock. I really need to go.
I just answered the other one already, so I'll just say it on chat quick. So index printable part publication. So that will be most likely around the like same time that we ship the first units.
Yeah.
It's like for the same reason they like to kind of hold back on releasing things until the very last second, because like there's always the opposite possibility of we like release the files, people start modding and printing and doing stuff with them, then we make some small change before it even ships, and then you have upset people about that. So it's something that we hold back until the very last second.
Yep.
Like we often say here, and it always feels horrible to say it, but it's true, but nothing is final until the first unit is out the door.
Yep. Because usually it's once something ships, and then it's like usually like a day after or a day or two. But it's like when the first units are received, no matter what it is, that's when things normally get released. For the most part. And I can understand why they're doing that. Yep, Friday. It's always Friday.
Except this Friday, it's public holiday.
Again, dude, I'm loving this. Any
It's
plans?
good.
Oh no,
Maker Faire
we
Prague.
got we have Maker Faire, so we're working.
Yeah, I'll be there on Saturday. Not for
Yeah,
too long.
yeah. Well, are you going to be in the office tomorrow?
I'll be in the office. Me and
Alright,
Shane were
well-
talking about maybe doing a small stream from our mobile phones, walking around Maker Faire Prague. So we'll see if we can maybe do something quick like that.
Yep. So if you guys have any things like that, and then also since I am single, I might have more time, and there's going to be some content creators there and everything else. But we'll see what we can do. If there's something you guys want to see there, leave a comment in the Discord, and we'll see what we can do. But I think with that, are you good?
I'm good.
All right. So
It was me all along.
ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, non-binary pals, thank you so much for tuning in and keeping us company, keeping us sane. Share the links, get the word out, and keep this thing going. And the more it grows, the more you guys want to, we can see about doing, adding different things and streaming more often and everything else. So, just get the word out there. Help us help you type of thing. But thank you so much, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll talk to you again soon. Later.
Ciao, everyone. Bye.